Hi, and welcome to the third episode of With Wellner Anderson. Tonight, or today, or whatever time you're viewing me, you are in for a special treat. I'm going to review a book, and I'll show it to you now. It's From Here to Equality, Reparations for Black Americans in the 21st Century. And it's written by William A. Darity, and it's written by KIRSTEN Mullen. How I found the book. Okay. I'm a writer, as you know, and I wrote an essay, and the essay was called COVID in the Knowledge Economy and its aspects on the Black American society. I sent the essay out to a number of people, and then one day I get a response, and it says, "Well, let me give you the skinny. You missed this one. This particular fact that you said was incorrect." And it was incorrect. So, back and forth dialogue with William Darity over time, I had made the mistake of mentioning baby bonds to him, which has nothing at all to do with reparations, but I didn't know. This is ignorance. He wrote me back and he said to me, "Mr. Anderson, if you want to continue talking to me, you're going to have to read this PDF." This is really strange because I was on my phone when I received the message, and I was about to send him a message that said, "Guess what? I just bought your book and I'm up to chapter 4. This all happened in a few seconds." And what he said to me was, "Great. When you finish, tell me what you think of it." So I read the book, and I'll be candid with you. I couldn't put it down. What the book is, the book I would classify as books. The fear, as I said in my first essay, in my first YouTube, is that you come across words and you don't understand it and you give up. What Dr. Darity and KIRSTEN Mullen have been able to do is to give you this information in two respects. You can read this book as a layman and get the historical and technical aspects out of it, or you can read it as a technician and get the econometrics and get all of the ideas out of it that are based on statistics and panel studies and time series studies. But you don't need to understand those words, because what they manage to do is they manage to explain to you these issues without using the technical words. Let me take a moment and briefly read to you a little bit from the book. "Racism and discrimination have choked economy opportunities for African Americans at every turn. At several historic moments, the trajectory of racial inequality could have been altered dramatically. Perhaps no moment was more opportune than the early days of Reconstruction, when the U.S. government temporarily implemented a major redistribution of land from former slave owners to newly emancipated slaves. How, another ironic point is how I found this book as being the sequel to this book. And the irony is Sandy Darity said the same thing. He said that this was his inspiration for this book. And I read this book years ago, and I have to say that that is definitely true. So, let me tell you what I'm planning. By the time you see this video, the event that I'm going to tell you about may have happened. But if you see this video before January 15th, 2021, you will be able to ask questions to Dr. Darity and Ms. Mullen about the book, because we are presenting a multiple branch library session to the entire world. And I will let you know what that date is. And for all, you think you know what reparations are about? I didn't. I had no idea. I was talking about baby bonds. Before you can decide whether you are for reparations or against reparations, you need to know what they are. And also in the book, he builds an ironclad reason debunking practically every person that had issues with reparations in the end of the book. There are two sections in the book. One handles the objections, and the other section, section 13, handles the ideas on how one would bring reparations to Afro-American people. So whether you believe it or not, you deserve at least to understand what is going on before you come to any conclusion. I'd like to thank you, and I'd like to thank my son Taryn Anderson again for being my big helper. And I also like to thank Hat Moran for being my editor. But make sure you tune in to the Zoom broadcast for this book, and check the like button or the subscribe button, and you will get the rest of my videos. I thank you for your time, and you have a great day.